It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Football is back on Q92, Q92radiosports.com, and our social media platforms. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside my broadcast partner tonight, Ryan Rowland. You got Ryan squared tonight. The number 7 Jackson Polar Bears made the trek up to Mentor to take on the 10-0, number 2 overall Mentor Cardinals. They're 7-0 in the Greater Cleveland Conference, obviously, because they went 10-0 on the regular season. They are coached by Matt Gray, and they've got a quarterback out there who was slinging it before the game starts. Jackson is 6-5. They picked up a win against Brunswick last week, so you go up against a team like Brunswick, kind of similar area football in the greater Cleveland area like Mentor, and they were able to pick up that win. A lot of people calling that an upset, so we'll see what we can get into tonight. Ryan Rowland, how you feeling tonight?
I am feeling great. Football is here. It is week 12. The road to Canton, man.
It's time to show how we do it with high school football, because as much as there's so much talent across the board in the Cleveland area, I don't think anyone does high school football quite like we do in Stark County. So what I'm looking forward to tonight is Jackson football coming out here and showing everyone what we're all about. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a whole slew of games on the Q92 Sports Network tonight. We'll get into all the game previews. Until then, let's take a quick break and we'll pay a visit to our sponsors. Be back on high school football on Q92.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Two teams that are having magical seasons will collide tonight in round 2 of the Ohio High School Football Playoffs. After taking down Malvern in an emotional and gritty 7-6 win against their arch rivals just 2 weeks ago, the East Canton Hornets took down a tough Lisbon team 28-21 in round 1 of the postseason at home. A big reason why was because of Aiden Stevens, as he had 10 catches at wide receiver for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, and had 5 tackles on the defensive side of the ball. It's East Canton's first playoff win since 2018, their third in program history, and with 9 wins in 2025, Spider Miller's Hornets have tripled their win total from a season ago. But tonight, it's their biggest test yet, a road playoff showdown against the Fairport Harbor Skippers out of Lake County. This game is actually being played tonight at Riverside High School due to ongoing renovations being made at Fairport Harbor High, but it will definitely have the feeling of a Skippers home game. East Canton will have a commute of just under an hour and a half compared to Fairport Harbor's, which tallies in at just under 15 minutes. And there is a buzz in the Skippers program in 2025. They come into tonight's game undefeated and are looking for their first playoff win in program history coming off of a first-round bye. We have all the makings for a fun one here in Painesville tonight, and we hope you can join Robert Coleman and I for kickoff at 7 o'clock on the Q92 Sports Network. From Riverside Stadium in Painesville, Matt Corrali, the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Matt. East Canton taking on Fairport tonight on a neutral site. Green's going to take on Fitch on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's round 2 of the OHSAA playoffs this week, and that brings us to Austintown, Ohio, home of the 8-1 Fitch Falcons, who tonight will be hosting the 6-5 Green Bulldogs on the Q92 Sports Network. Green comes into tonight's game on a 5-game winning streak and coming off an upset of the 6-seeded Garfield Heights Bulldogs, 21-6 in round 1. In that game, quarterback Tyson Hunko was very efficient. He was 14 for 20 for 186 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And 2 of those touchdown passes went to senior Evan Reed, who's been making an impact since returning from injury earlier in the season. Reed caught 5 passes for 73 yards last week as well, and ran for 70 yards on 19 carries. And the Green defense held Garfield Heights to just 6 points. This Green football team is getting hot at the right time of the year. But the Fitch Falcons have been hot all season long. They haven't lost since week 1 at Hudson. Fitch will be led by their superstar running back DeAndre Richard, who is the all-time leading rusher at Fitch in less than 3 full seasons. Their quarterback Colin Callagher also runs the show very well and likes to look for his top receiver, senior Brady Evans. You've also got to beware of their scat back, senior Junie Higgs, who can break one at any moment. It's a battle of 2 explosive offenses here tonight, and you can hear all the action at Q92radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. Green and Fitch. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. I'm Christian Bigglesworth for the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Christian. Green takes on Fitch on the Q92 Sports Network. All these games kick off tonight at 7 o'clock, including Hudson versus the Lake Blue Streaks.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network. I'm live inside Blue Streak Stadium as Lake plays host to Hudson in this Division II Region 5 Ohio High School playoff game brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. Hudson comes in with the 5 seed, having knocked off 12 seed South in round 1, 27-0. The Explorers come in with a record of 9-2, finishing 6-1 in their conference play. They are as hot as anyone coming into tonight, as they have won 4 straight. And in 3 of those wins, their defense pitched a shutout. They'll have to win on the road tonight if they want to avoid going home. Lake enters tonight the 4 seed, as they had a first-round bye last week. The Blue Streaks come in with a record of 7-3. They finished 3-3 in the Federal League. They lost a heartbreaker in Week 10 to their rival Green, 34-27 in the Battle of 619 that came down to the last play. They've had to sit with that for 2 weeks, and you can best believe Coach DeGeorge and his players are chomping at the bit to get after it here tonight. One goes home, one moves on, and the winner here tonight will face the winner of Boardman Akron Hoban next week. Join myself and my broadcast partner Mike Voorhees as kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. It's playoff football live from Blue Streak Stadium in Lake. I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, Jay. Another exciting one on the Q92 Sports Network tonight. Hudson's going to take on Lake. We still have to preview Hoover and Massillon. We still have to preview Norton versus West Branch. We also have some coaches' interviews to get to tonight in the pregame. We're about a little north of 20 minutes until kickoff of this round 2 playoff game between Jackson and Mentor. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back on the Q92 Sports Network. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland.
RG Dreg, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Welcome back to Menor, as the Cardinals are going to host your Jackson Polar Bears tonight on Q92 and Q92 Radio Sports. How about this? Let's take a little side comment. This is a first for me in a broadcast booth. How about jambalaya? We've got some jazzy jambalaya going on with some homemade potato chips. Shout out to the hospitality here at Menor High School. All right. Another game to get to tonight. Norton is going to go up against West Branch, and West Branch has got them at home tonight on the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, tonight here at West Branch, we expect a dandy. 10-1 Norton at 9-1 West Branch. The Warriors, the number 4th seed. They had a bye last weekend. Norton, the number 5 seed. They basically had a bye last weekend. They beat Edgewood 63-13. 7th playoff appearance, 6 in a row for the Panthers. Meanwhile, the West Branch Warriors, this is their 15th playoff appearance. The Warriors have been in the postseason for 5 consecutive years. This has all the makings of a real shootout tonight. The Norton Panthers are averaging 53.3 points a game. West Branch is averaging around 32 points a game. But the big story tonight here could be the defense of West Branch. They are allowing just 11.2 points per game, led by Zach Coffey, Grady Close, Lucas Black, Clayton Day, and a cast of others. Meanwhile, those guys will have to stop a very potent offense for the Norton Panthers, led by quarterback Trey Kirsten, throwing for almost 1,600 yards and 27 touchdowns this season. And if it's not going too well in the air, they can always go to the ground. Alex Minan, a great wide receiver, 18 catches, 251 yards. Isaac Hunter, 336 yards. And, well, there's Buddy Willig. He's caught 37 balls for 857 yards. This has all the makings of an instant classic. We'll see how Mother Nature handles her business tonight, and we'll see how Norton and West Branch handle theirs. Kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight. You can join me and Caleb Norick on the call. It's Norton and West Branch in a dandy right here on AM 1310 WDPN. And we'll be streaming live at Q92radiosports.com.
Thank you, Sam Berkwin. All right. I don't mean to get ahead of myself, but let me just say this to everyone listening at home. At any point in tonight, if you want to turn over to the high school football game of the week on Q92, we will not be offended. Hoover is going to take on Massillon at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. Clint Scroggs got the call.
The Massillon Tigers host the Hoover Vikings in a round 2 playoff game. Vikings had little trouble with opening round opponent Columbus Northland, overcoming a fumble return touchdown to put up 36 straight points in a 50-6 win. Quarterback John Collins threw 4 TD passes, while linebacker Carter Lukens intercepted 2 passes and blocked a punt and returned it for a score. Collins threw for 167 yards. Bryson Byer had 3 catches for 96 and 2 touchdowns. Defensive lineman Jack Zarko intercepted a pass as the Hoover defense allowed only 153 yards. Coach Brian Baum was able to avoid giving starters heavy minutes and got standout performances from backup runners Gio Bianchi and Ryan Crawford. All everything, Jack Andes ran the ball only once and caught 2 passes, including a 33-yard touchdown. Andes has 20 scores and over 1,300 yards from scrimmage, including 744 yards and 11 TDs on 46 catches. Collins has thrown for 18 TDs and run for 9. Carter Lukens leads the team in tackles, while Chase Lukens, no relation, is in second. The Massillon Tigers gained a Week 11 bye with a win over Canton McKinley. It's the first year for the top 4 seeds to get a week off before beginning playoffs. The Tigers are back home after winning their only road game of the season, 21-14. Xavier Owens returned from a shoulder injury to pace the Massillon running attack with 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. He enters the second season with 974 yards and 13 scores. Manny Patterson, 8 of 11 for 140 yards against McKinley and has thrown for 1,087 yards and 15 touchdowns on the season. His favorite receiver, Giorgio Jackson, who's caught 34 for an 11.7-yard average and 7 scores. Deontay Malone has 1 more yard on 6 fewer catches with 6 TDs. Jaden Williams, the leader of the defense, with 95 tackles, 11.5 for loss, 4.5 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, an interception, and a blocked kick. Braylon Gamble leads with 3 picks and 3 forced fumbles. The winner meets the winner of the game between Columbus DeSales and Ashland. Hoover last met Massillon in 2020, losing a second-round game 48-23. The Tigers lead the all-time series 5-1. Massillon hosts Hoover as round 2 of the playoffs get underway tonight. I'm Clint Scroggs for the Q92 Sports Network.
Thanks, partner. The Village Idiots are going to be roaring in Massillon tonight. I feel like I can hear it right now. Ryan Rowland, Ryan Bevere with you here on the Q92 Sports Network. We're just under 15 minutes to go until we kick things off between the undefeated number 2 ranked Menor Cardinals. They're going to host the Jackson Polar Bears. They are the number 7th ranked team. They squeaked into the playoffs with a 6-5 record under the helm of Coach Jay Rohr. I got a fun fact about Jay Rohr. We'll talk about that after the break. I would love one. They are passing sandwiches around the press box. We've got Jazzy Jambalaya coming around the press box, and I'm all for it. Let's take a break so I can eat, and we'll come back and we'll preview some more of this ball game. We will talk to Ryan Rowland. He's going to have both coach interviews for us, and then we'll kick things off in about 14 minutes here from Menor High School football on Q92.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
I am Ryan Rowland. This is Q92 Sports. We are Friday Night Lights. We are in week 2 of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. We are joined by head coach of the Jackson Polar Bears, Jay Rohr. Coach, how was this week's practice for you guys?
Can you ask that one more time? Sorry about that.
How was your guys' practice this week?
Again, some good, some bad. Our kids, they come to practice every day. They're coachable. We did some really good things, and obviously we had some busts, and that's the blessing that you go through the course of the week. And each week you look to get better and better and better, and you finalize and wrap things up. Today, and we had a much better practice today. Our players are locked in and had a sense of focus. So overall, very pleased with their week of practice.
All right, Coach. Last week, coming off a 24-17 win, obviously great momentum going into this week. But what were some good things? What were some things you guys cleaned up at practice for tonight's game?
Well, first, something that we as a program, I as a head coach and all the assistants that we preach is discipline. And you look at last week's game, the one negative thing is 22 penalties. Not just on us, but a collective thing. And I think in order to beat a good team, a great team in Menor, you got to be disciplined. You can't give them easy first downs by penalties and so forth, or extra yards. So one of the things we locked in there is again, just attention to detail, being more disciplined. The other thing is that we try to lock more in on the actual game plan. What's our focus? What are our keys? to having, some success on Friday night. And we did a great job of that really throughout the course of the week. And then, like I said, especially today in our final practice.
Coach, as you mentioned, being locked in and routines and all that good stuff, an hour and a half drive coming up. What do you guys do on the bus or getting ready to get on the bus to make sure you guys stay locked in? And also, how's it change your guys' pregame routine up?
Yeah, really, the bus ride itself, we kind of let the kids go. Again, they're quiet. They have their own headphones and they listen to music and so forth. Before we leave, we've taken our kids, especially our O-line, Coach Dixon and Coach Rowland do a tremendous job. They take an O-line quiz to make sure that they're locked in on all the blocking schemes. And then the pregame is as normal, based on what I'm able to do, and we leave as a bus on the bus. We get there in the same amount of time as if it was a home game. So we go through our normal pregame routine, just like we do any other week.
All right, Coach. Menor, week 2 of the playoffs. What stood out the most about you guys, most about them on film?
You really how balanced they are. Again, first and foremost, I have a great relationship with Coach Gray. He does a tremendous job and has done a tremendous job since taking over the program there. But they're a balanced team. They from an offensive standpoint, they got a tremendous running back, tremendous size and O-line, a quarterback that does a great job managing the game. And certainly they have some skill that do tremendous things for them too, and very dynamic and explosive. And the defense, they're just sound. They all run to the ball. Their coach, defensive staff, and so forth do a great job putting a defensive game plan together. We know it's going to be a battle. We know it's going to be a 48-minute war. But our kids are looking forward to it, truthfully. We as coaches are looking forward to it, and they're looking for a great opportunity tomorrow night.
All right, Coach. Lastly for you, what's the things you guys got to do on offense and defense to pick up the win?
First, we can't turn the ball over. The games that we've been unfortunate and have taken the loss, we've lost the turnover battle significantly. So we've got to take care of the football. And then defensively, we gotta limit explosive plays, and we gotta stop the run. And that's what it's going to come down to. There's a reason they're 10-0. If we can do those things, we're going to give ourselves an opportunity to be in the game and to win the game.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time, and good luck tonight.
I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
We appreciate Coach Jay Rohr of the Jackson Polar Bears. Fun fact about Coach Rohr, he used to be my freshman baseball coach at Tuslaw High School, so we go way back, and he's definitely a player's coach. I talked to him on the field just to clear up some things that might have been perceived from what happened last week on the field. That obviously, I don't think we mentioned this yet, but the suspensions have been reversed, so nobody's going to be out for Jackson to start the first half like we thought. And that speaks volumes about your coach when you have officials who are adults, who are my word versus yours, and the yours is a kid, a child that is in high school. And when you have a coach that's willing to wrap your arms around him and say, listen, I got your back. They went and had an appeal, and everything was overturned and successful. Okay, Ryan is also going to talk to Menor's head coach, Coach Gray, and we'll hear from Coach Gray right now, about 7 minutes until kickoff at Menor.
I am Ryan Rowland, and this is Q92 Sports Friday Night Lights edition. We are live from Mentor as the Ohio High School Athletic Association week 2 of the playoffs are here. I am joined by head coach of the Menor Cardinals, Matt Gray. Coach, first of all, how was this week's practice for your guys?
It's been a great week of practice. Our kids have been locked in, and they understand that it's win or go home time now with the playoffs, and really cherish each and every single one of these moments and opportunities. And our kids, it's a very mature group that we have, and they've taken their practice and preparation very seriously this week, and we're excited to get rolling here against a very good Jackson football team.
Coach, quickly, with the new format with the playoffs, and you guys had a bye last week, How was your preparation last week, not knowing who you guys were going to play, compared to weeks in the past where you guys knew who you're going to play and what you guys are going to do on Friday night?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I guess we'll see tomorrow night, and with the game, with everything of kind of how our guys come out and recover from it. But it was a good week in terms of getting a couple guys healthy and getting a couple guys back and getting them right, and kind of did a lot of self-reflection and a lot of analysis of our first 10 games, and really kind of identified our strengths and weaknesses and what we have to work on and where we kind of want to go back to. So when you get into that grind of the season, it's really hard to kind of take that step back.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really nice thing about last week is it allowed us to have a good 3 good days of practice, and our guys did a nice job of attacking that aspect of it, but also to allow us to do that evaluation piece of what those 10 first weeks are, and kind of identify those strengths and weaknesses and kind of what we have to do going forward.
Absolutely, Coach. Back on to tonight's game. Jackson's rolling in. What stood out to you about them on film?
Yeah, when you look at it, when you look at their defensive, number one, and it's been we played them week 1 in 2023 and 2024, and that's probably the thing that you see on film, and we saw it live in those 2 years with it. Defensively, they play extremely hard. They run the football well, and it's one of those things where our guys know that they're a well-coached football team that plays hard, and offensively, they're going to throw a lot of different things at us, and we have to be making sure we get lined up and get set and be gap sound when we line up and be able to play extremely hard on our defensive side of the football. And special teams, they're extremely solid. They have a great kick game, and their game they're very solid in all 3 phases with that. So it's one of those things where we have a tremendous amount of respect for the Jackson program, and know that they're going to give us a great test here.
To counteract that, Coach, what are some things you guys got to do offensively, defensively, special team wise to make sure you guys walk out with the win?
Yeah, I think number one defensively is we have to line up, because they're going to give us a lot of different looks and formations. It would be empty one snap to multiple tight ends, wings, backs, all that type of deal, and everything in between. So we know we have to get set, and one of the things that we've been able to play better defense as the year goes on is because our guys have done a really nice job of kind of knowing and understanding their role and playing extremely hard. So be able to continue to build off that right from the start tomorrow night. Offensively, we have to take care of the football. We have to continue to be multi-dimensional, run and pass, and we have to do a better job of being able to continue of being able to not turn that football over. And special teams wise, we want to continue to be very sound with it of trying to get the ball in the end zone every kickoff with that, and be able to cover extremely well in the punt and the kick games there with us. So just continue to value the football, play hard, and be able to play good, sound, disciplined football.
All right, Coach. Lastly here for you, we got like a 2-parter. One, how does it feel? How great does it feel to have week 12, but additional football for your community? And then for our listeners that are not familiar with your program, who are some guys to listen to tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. First part of that is it's exciting because our community really, really values the game of football, and they're a tremendous support system here for us. And be able to have another week, another opportunity to play in front of the home crowd at the JTO is a great opportunity for us. And I know our kids don't take that lightly, and so it's one of those things. Be able to continue on and be able to stack a win after win as we have in the regular season. That's been something that we've been building on, and our kids take that very seriously with that there. And then when you look at some of our guys that stand out, our left tackle Landry Breedy, number 70, 6'6", 315 pounds. He'll be going to Ohio State. Our center JoJo LaDuca is going to the Naval Academy. Our right tackle Colin Pritchard is going to Kent State. When you look at our tailback Jackson Farley, he's a great dynamic runner. He'll also be going to Kent State with Colin there. And then on the outside for us offensively, Justin Hodge is a 3+ year starter for us, and he'll be going to Miami of Ohio. So those are the guys that really set the tone, that have played a lot of high caliber football over their careers here over the last 4 years. And defensively, when you look at our defensive line, Logan Mitchell, number 91, was our leading tackler and sack guy from the front. Our linebackers, inside linebackers, Ben Shank and Carson Wolf, those 2 guys were huge for us all season long. And then on the back end, Drew Morgan, number 14, is just really, really solid, very smart guy from the safety spot. And then Xavier Dunn, number 7 at corner, is a 3-year starter for us there. So we have a lot of guys in really all 3 phases of the ball that have played a lot of varsity football that they know that it's time to win or go home. They're really excited about getting started here with the playoffs.
All righty, Coach. I appreciate your time tonight. Good luck, and we'll hopefully see you in Canton.
Absolutely. That's the game plan there, and really appreciate you guys having me on, and go Cards.
That's Coach Gray, back-to-back 10-0 seasons for him and the Cardinals of Mentor. They are the Ohio AP number 2 ranked team in the state, and they're going to go up against the Jackson Polar Bears. Kickoff is momentarily. You want to take a break, Ryan? Ready to rock and roll?
Let's get it.
All right, we'll just stick it right here as the clock hits 0. I don't need this chair, Ryan. It's completely useless. This chair is as useless as my 3-year-old son in the bathroom in the morning when I'm trying to get ready. Here we go. We've got high school football on the queue tonight. It is number 7 Jackson Polar Bears, number 2 Mentor Cardinals. This is, like you mentioned when we were talking before the game, this is a team coming off of a bye in the playoffs. What do you think? What do you think that means, Coach?
You know, we talk about buys, and it's great when you're in college. It's great when you're in the pros, but these are high school kids. These guys are used to routines. These guys are used to getting what they need to do week in and week out. Hopefully that week off does not interrupt what they're here and what they've done all season.
Cooper Missouri's got it lined up at the far hash. Jackson taking on Mentor here on Q92. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And it seems like we're going to have a big audience tonight. Cooper's kick is in the air, right to left. And it's received at the 5-yard line up to the 15, 20. We'll go to the 22-yard line. And then here we'll go. We'll set up shop. The Mentor offense, who was 10-0 on the season, led out by 13. Brogan Jones, 6'3 junior, 190 pounds. This kid was absolutely slinging it in pregame.
Yeah, he was slinging it as right. 1,659 yards with 15 touchdowns on the year and only 7 interceptions.
2 receivers are going to line up to the right side. They're going to send 3 receivers on the left. One of them is going to act like a tight end close to the line of scrimmage. Here's Jones. Snap, throw left, caught, good for 8 yards up the sideline. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Mentor.
Brogan Jones pass complete to number 2, Brady Trevisano. Bring up 2nd and 2.
Hurry up offense for Mentor. Same formation, 2 receivers on each side, tight end lined up on the left side. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to the running back. He's got the first down up the middle. He's at the Cardinal. He's at the 50-yard line, trucking, bursting his way past to the 46-yard line of Jackson. Mentor's already in business.
Yeah, Jackson Farley is going to be a big name to start this game off. 1,400 over, almost 1,500 yards with 138 carries and 24 touchdowns on the school year.
He does not get a lot of second half playing time, so the stats could probably be inflated if they did. Jackson's going to get a penalty. It's encroachment on the Polar Bears, who are in the white uniforms, the white pants. There are no stripes, no trim. White jerseys with yellow and purple trim, yellow helmets. They look a lot like a team in Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. Go Tigers.
We are at the 10:59 mark here in the first quarter. Jones takes the snap, hands it to his running back. Up the middle he goes. First down 30, 25. See you later, 20. He's running to the track. Touchdown, Mentor.
Touchdown, Mentor. Number 25.
Jackson Farley, senior, 5'9", 195 pounds. He's not that big, but he is pretty quick, and he can shake and bake his way into the end zone, almost untouched as he passed the front 7 and moved into the end zone.
You know, Ryan, that offense was only 3 plays. We had a great pass for 9 yards. We had Justin Farley run for about another 15, and then into the house for a touchdown on the year.
You heard Coach Rohr say, and when you spoke to him in pregame, that he's impressed with Menor, how balanced they are. And they just showed it right there. Brogan Jones slinging it through the air and the running back doing the rest. And here we are. The special teams converts. PAT is good. It's 7-0 Menor over Jackson. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rolling. This is high school football on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
That kid is fast.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
High school football on Q92. Welcome back. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland. We are in Menor High School. We are right next to the house that Justin Fritz built. Jackson takes the kick up to the 20-yard line, and he will be stopped there. Lucas Eckerman is going to lead out the Jackson Polar Bear offense. And it'll be first down and 10 for Jackson. Jackson coached by Coach Jay Rohr. They've got a 6-5 record as they got into the playoffs. And what a lot of people are saying, an underdog upset win at home against Brunswick last week.
Yeah, it was a great 24-17 win for them.
2 receivers left. 1 receiver goes to the right. Lucas Eckerman is in the backfield with his buddy, his running back. You've heard of him before. He's got it along the left side of the 30-yard line, and he's got the first down. So that is going to be Jacobs, Corey Jacobs, the ball carrier. He is a full head of steam, especially after the fourth quarter when he takes his helmet off and his head is literally steaming. They're going to use him a lot tonight.
Oh, they're going to use him a lot as well. Like you said, 1,088 yards with 13 touchdowns on the year.
So here comes the Jackson Polar Bears. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes it, hands it off to Corey Jacobs. Nope, quarterback's going to keep it himself. That's going to be Carter Mulliman in there. He is a wide receiver converted into quarterback. He's 6'5". So they use him at quarterback a lot. Another guy that you got to look out for is Max Cowles, 5'7", 155 pounds. He's not very big, but he's probably going to be the fastest kid on the field, and he is in the slot right now for the Jackson Polar Bears. So Carter Mulliman in the pistol. He's going to send 2 receivers to the right side, 1 near side to his left. He's got Corey Jacobs right behind him. Here's the snap, hand off to Jacobs. Jacobs bounces out to the right side. He cuts it upfield. He's going to get maybe a yard, and it'll be a 3rd down and manageable for the Jackson Polar Bears. Very important, Coach, that you sit here and you control the time of possession. You just watched Menor score in 3 plays. You've got to control the time of possession in this ball game if you're going to win.
Oh yeah, you got to control the clock. You got to control the game. You got to take your time and you got to answer back with points.
So here goes Jackson, and they're doing exactly that. Play clock down to 15. They don't even have a play yet. 9:30 to go in the first quarter. Here we go. Trips to the left side, 1 receiver near side to the right. Far side from us. We're on the home side of Menor, staring at the Jackson sideline. Here's the quarterback throwing over the middle. It's going to be caught for a first down. A nice play. I can't see who caught it, but a great play by Jackson to pick up that first down. And you got to imagine under the 3 minutes are going to come off the clock at least. Is that naive of me to think that the number 7 ranked team going up against number 2 and they're undefeated and they've got an electric offense, they just want to eat the ball and is Jackson's number 1 goal just let's see the second half?
Yeah, you want to see the second half. You know, like you said, you want to stop. You want to control the clock. You want to control the game. You just want to answer back with points as well.
Under 9 to play. Quarterback takes it. He hands it to Jacobs, and Menor was not fooled. Jacobs is going to lose a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Carter Mulliman still in there at quarterback.
You know, as we talk about these Polar Bears offense, we got, Corey Jacobs with the 1,000 88 yards, 13 touchdowns. We got Max Cowles with 528 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Jackson, play clock all the way down to 15. I'm telling you, folks, that is going to be a trend tonight. This game might be over by 8:30. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3 receivers on the left. Ball is loose. Jacobs has it. This is a mess. Menor is going to get the running back down about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Quarterback just mishandled the snap. They couldn't hand it to Jacobs. Jacobs had to pick it up off the ground, and it's a 3rd down and a huge mess for Jackson.
Man, we got a 3rd down and 17. You know, you want to use Jacobs a lot, but you're going to have to rely on your passing game here.
My eyesight has got to be getting worse because this is the most beautiful scoreboard I think we've ever seen. And I can barely even read the names off of it. I'm so ashamed by that. I used to pride myself that I never wore glasses or contacts, but those days might be coming to an end, Ryan. 2 receivers to the left, 1 near side to the right. Quarterback takes it out of the pistol, hands it off to Jacobs. Jacobs got nowhere to go. He's running backwards. Oh, my, he's going to go down again. It's 4th and a mile for Jackson, and not good to start the game.
Yeah, that's not how you want to come out. You definitely want to come out and negative yards and then be that far back and giving Menor short yardage, especially with that offense, especially with that running back.
Cooper Missouri is going to boot it away. He's standing at the 17-yard line. I would imagine they milk the play clock down as far as they can, and they're not. They're going to kick it with 12 seconds to go. A booming kick by Missouri. That's exactly what you want. They retrieve it at the 30-yard line up to the 31 and dropped immediately. We had a conversation before the game about punting. I don't know that we're going to get into it. Just know I'm not a huge fan of it. But that was a very, very good punt if you're a Jackson fan.
You might not be a fan of it, but we might see a lot of it tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is true. We could. 6:32 to play. Menor's got the football again. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Quarterback out of the shotgun. He's got his running back on his right hip. And Jackson is going to get their 2nd defensive encroachment penalty of the night. It's going to move Menor up 5 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 5 for Menor.
You know, that was Jackson's kryptonite last week, was 22 penalties in the game against Brunswick.
And you win.
And you
were up 17-3 in that ball game. 1st down and 5. 1st down and more. We don't need any more commentary. Sorry, I missed it. Menor scores again. Oh, my. That kid can run. They were praising this kid in the pregame. They said, listen, this kid plays a lot in the first half. He's so good. Menor's 10-0. He barely gets in the 3rd quarter. And I see why. Jackson Farley, 5'9", 195 pounds. You may need to use the zoom on your camera just to find him out there. Man, oh man, Menor takes the lead 13-0. How do you stop that, Coach?
You got to load the box, and you got to blitz.
Yeah, absolutely. They were not lying about him. It's 14-0, assuming the PAT goes up and through, and it's good. We'll take another break. I need some water. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland. This might be a... We'll be back on Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Welcome back to Menor. The Menor Fighting Trubisky's take a 14-0 lead over the Jackson Polar Bears. And this has looked exactly like it has. This looks like a 10-0, 20-0 in two back-to-back regular seasons, and it's looking like it for the Menor Cardinals. They're in the all-gray uniforms, by the way. Here's Jackson on the return up to the 25-30-yard line. I believe it's Max Cowles to the 32. And I mean, what do? You've controlled possession. I don't even know that Menor's possessed the ball for 60 seconds. They're up 14-0.
They have not. It's been 4 offensive plays. And, if Jackson, you got to talk about what you want to do or what you need to do. You need to stick to your game plan. Even though your backs are against the wall right now, you got to stick to your game plan. Bend, don't break kind of situation. Play your football. It's still the first quarter. Still a lot of football left to go.
Could get out of hand very, very quick, but I'm buying what you're selling right now. 2 receivers on each side. Here's the quarterback, Mulliman. He's going to take it himself up the middle. First down to the 45 and the 47. Well, that's how you respond if you're Jackson. And the quarterback, Carter Mulliman, he is 6'5", junior, 200 pounds. So he's one of the bigger guys on the field. Good luck tackling him.
Yeah, Mulliman is 71 for 108 attempts with 1,048 yards and 8 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions on the year.
Mulliman looks to the sideline. I'm going to be saying this all night long. 10 seconds on the play clock for Jackson. Why would you rush? 2 receivers on each side of the ball. Mulliman in the shotgun, throws over the middle. This one's going to be picked off and intercepted and dropped. Interception was clear as day, but he could not hang on to it, and Jackson catches a big break.
Ryan, it looked like a lot of miscommunication out there with the receiver and quarterback. The receiver was about 5 yards above where the ball was landing.
That looked like drop back and throw it to a certain spot. And I'm not a fan of that.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the predetermined. Let me just put the ball here. He's supposed to be here. You got to be able to read your receiver as the quarterback. 2 receivers on the left side. Jacobs is going to be used out of the backfield. He'll have the ball to the right side, bounces to the 50, which is, by the way, if I may say, for a road broadcast team, they got us on the 50-yard line. The hospitality here at Menor has been superb.
Oh, yeah, those Menor Cardinals are taking care of us tonight, that's for sure.
Jackson will have it 3rd down and 6 at the 49-yard line of Menor. So the first time the Polar Bear offense is going to enter the Cardinal territory. 3 receivers left side. They're all offset. 2 receivers to the right. Mulliman, he's in the shotgun, empty. No one with him. He's rushed out of the pocket. He throws down the field. He's got Cowles. Cowles caught. 15-5. Touchdown, Jackson. He waves to the Menor band and jumps into the air. It's a touchdown for the Polar Bears.
Ryan, I told you, you got to stick to your game plan. You got to stick to your offense. You got to stick to what you've known. There's still a lot of football left, and they showed it.
That was an amazing response for Jackson and Max Cowles. I'm telling you, he is going to be the most explosive player on this offense. Corey Jacobs is going to be fed the ball a lot tonight, but I don't know that there's anyone as explosive as Max Cowles. Cooper Mazur's kick is going to be no good. I believe they had problems with the snap. My, oh my. But Jackson does get on the board, and they do it pretty convincingly.
They look pretty good. They're sticking to their game plan. They're sticking to who they know they are. They are sticking to the game plan. They're not bending. They're bending, but not breaking. They are here to show them that they belong in the playoffs, and they're ready to rock and roll. They're ready to keep playing some Stark County football.
14-6. Menor has the lead over Jackson. Let's take a short break. Actually, let's just keep it here. We'll give you some score updates across the county of Stark on Q92. Green 7, Fitch 7, 5:07 left in the first quarter. McKinley 7, Medina 0. Lake 3, Hudson 0. These are all in the first quarter. West Branch 7, Norton 0. How about that? West Branch, the Warriors over Norton. That is no joke of a team. Hoover 7, Massillon 7 with 10:26 to go in the first quarter. Jack Andes had a 62-yard reception, and Xavier Owens a 51-yard run. That looks like it's going to be a lot of points. Missouri kicks off right to left. Menor is going to bring it out to the 20, 25, 30, across the 30, and down at the 32-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Menor Cardinals. It will be Brogan Jones once again coming out, and I couldn't take my eyes off of this kid in the pregame. He's throwing down there. I mean, he was
zipping him
in there, and the receivers were catching the ball. He looked like a prime quarterback, and he's got his Kent State commit right to the right of him. Jackson Farley, the running back. They do have 5 receivers are out there. One of them is a tight end on the left side. Here's the quick snap and throw to the left side. It's going to be a gain of 5 yards for Menor. And they've done that very, very well. The run opens up the pass. The pass allows them to run. It's just been a very, very balanced offense for the Menor Cardinals. Second down and 5. They gained half of it on first down. 2 receivers on each side. Play action. Here's the quarterback to the right. He's got a man. He throws it deep, and it's going to be caught at the 37-yard line. Justin Hodge, a 6'1 senior, goes up and gets it. He is a big boy. He's only listed 6'1. He's a big boy for 6'1.
Yeah, I think they misprinted because he's definitely about 6'3", it looks like.
Yeah, that kid I was standing next to him down there on the Menor sideline pregame. He's a pretty big boy. And I even made a comment, yep, they're gonna connect a lot tonight, I have a feeling. 2 receivers on each side. I don't think they're gonna use a tight end. Running back has it. He's gonna be swallowed up in the backfield. Welcome to the Boom Boom Room number 25. And it looks like he's shaking up on the play. That is not going to be good for Menor. We may have to take an injury timeout. He's in a lot of pain, Ryan.
Yeah, that was Reese Myers, number 48 for the Jackson Polar Bears, making that tackle.
All right, so yeah, that is not good. He's getting up right now, but he's in a lot of pain. Let's take a quick break, Ryan, and or actually, nope, let's not. Let's keep it right here. Okay, it doesn't look like maybe the wind was knocked out of him. He does have a sort of a limp to him. He just ripped off of his was that a skull cap?
Yeah, it was a skull cap.
Where underneath
I'm going to
the
say
helmet?
it's most like his knee bent back a little too far.
He seems to be in a lot of pain, and he seems to be very frustrated, which is not a very good sign that he thinks that he could be out there again. But we'll keep an eye on that Kent State commit as we get back to the action here on 2nd down and 4. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 receiver to the right side. Ryan, I'm so colorblind, I can't see the numbers, so I don't know who that is at running back in there. It's going to be a 1st down play. Let me try to figure that one out. Is that a 20? Do we have a 20?
Yeah, it looks like a 20.
They're trying to help me in the press box. Go ahead. Dominic Burns, is that what we got? Dominic Burns is going to take over for Farley. The Menor uniforms are all gray. The jerseys are red. I don't notice a trim, and I think that's where I'm getting stuck.
Yeah, there's no trim on those jerseys.
My apologies. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side of the right. They give it to the running back. It's going to be Burns. He'll go to the right side on 3rd down, and he's going to get about a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down for Menor. So not only does Jackson go down 14-0 early, they score, and now they force a 4th down. So this is automatically the biggest play of the game for both teams. Quarterback is in the shotgun. 4 receivers, 3 on the left side. Here's the snap. He's in the pocket. He's up in the pocket. He throws to the end zone. He's got a man, and it's caught for a touchdown. We do have a flag in the end zone. We'll see who that's going to be on.
it's going to be in the presence of pass interference, but we don't know if it's going to be offense or defense right now.
Yep, I would agree. It's either going to be pass interference on the defense or PI on the offense. Well, we will see. They're going to call it against Jackson. That is a backbreaker for the Polar Bears. It's going to be another touchdown for the Cardinals, and they'll make it 20-6 on a 4th down.
4th and 7.
That is, some coaches like to do that. 4th down, let's just throw it deep.
You know, where they were on the field, I don't blame them. I mean, it's as great as a punt at that point, so you might as well try to get something out of it, and it worked for them.
20-6. Menor waiting the PAT. However, Jackson has shown in the first quarter that they can at least hang with Menor. They can at least play with them. They can, well, they haven't proven they can stop them on 4 downs just yet, but it seems like it's there. Here's the snap. It's a good snap, good hold. Booming kick through the trees. It's 21-6 Menor. I've been trying to do this, but let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back. Menor and Jackson, round 2 of the high school football playoffs on Q92.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Nestled inside a nest somewhere in Menor. This is high school football on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside my broadcast partner tonight, Ryan Rowland. What do you think so far? We've got 21-6.
I'm thinking that the bye week did not hurt the Menor Cardinals. They took that bye week and they did what they needed to do, and they looked over their season and improved.
We must have missed a penalty after that touchdown or the kickoff because Menor just booted away from the 50-yard line. And the cheerleaders for Menor are chucking some T-shirts out here. Man, I got to say, they're getting them all the way up here. You might have to get ready. You might catch one.
Sign them up.
They are
Put them on the
swinging
team.
that thing. We are 30 rows up. And these cheerleaders for Menor are hoisting these free T-shirts. You gotta love a free T-shirt toss.
Always. Anytime you can go to a game, you pay good money, your hard-earned money, and you come walking out with anything for free, it's a great night.
I took a peek at the concession stand prices. Not bad down there. Under 3 to play in the first quarter. 2 receivers left side. They give it to Jacobs to the right side. He's swallowed up, and he's not going to get anything. So you still got to play your game. You showed last possession that you can score on this defense. But you're going to have to get something going.
Yeah, you got to get something rolling. You got to, keep sticking to that game plan. I keep saying, you got to stay true to who you are. You got to know who you are. You got to build under pressure. You can't let it get to you.
It is 21-6. Menor, convincingly, by the way. 3 receivers left side, no receivers to the right. Here's the quarterback wheeling to his left, and he's going to get taken down at the 15-yard line. It's a sack for the Menor Cardinals.
Number 17. Ryan, he was so lucky that he was close to the sideline as well, because as he was going down, he let go of the ball. If that was in the midfield, that would have been a crazy fumble and a costly fumble that you did not need.
Ben Schenk credited with that sack, and it's going to be a 3rd down. And let's say 13. Thought he was down at the 15-yard line, but they're going to say he's down at the 17. 3rd down and 13 for Menor, for Jackson. So Molleman is going to be in the shotgun. He'll have Corey Jacobs on his left hip, and it looks like they're going to line this one up on the near side hash, closer to the Menor side. Left if you're on the football field. Here's the snap. 4 receivers are out there. Quarterback is flushed out of the pocket. I couldn't tell if he just slipped there or if he just slid down. It's going to be a quarterback sack, though, at the 5-yard line. A nightmare of a drive for the Polar Bears, and they're going to have to punt it out of their end zone.
Yeah, he definitely slipped out there. We got to think it rained all day long, and it dried up right before game time. So that turf is a little slippery down there.
Number 92, Cooper Mazur. The punt.
Cooper Mazur heels are basically on the white paint in the back of the end zone. The return man for Menor is at the 45-yard line, not even past the 50. Cooper's punt is a good one out of the end zone up to the 40, and he's going to get rocked at the 35-yard line. My goodness.
And that's one of the things that's hurting the Jackson Polar Bears the most is not only punting the ball away and not scoring, but also giving the Cardinals great field position. They're explosive. You want to give them the whole field, not just half of it.
That's why I don't like punts, Ryan. All right. 21-6. They're playing some. What is this, Bon Jovi? I don't know. No idea.
I don't know, but their playlist has been great all night long.
It has. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I can't put a name to a lot of the artists, but yes, I've been enjoying some of the music. 2 receivers on each side for the Cardinals. Here's the quarterback, slings it over to the right side. He's got it, and his man up to the 20, 15, 10. Justin Hodge out of bounds at the 10-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal for the Menor Cardinals. They are an electrifying offense and just a lot to handle for Jackson.
I think it's best that we make note that Jackson Farley is still not on that field as he went down last offensive drive.
You may not see him the rest of the night. If you have a 28-6 is what they're flirting with right now. 3 receivers left side, 1 near side of the right. They give it to the running back. He'll go up the middle. My apologies. Now they're at the 10-yard line.
32, Raylan Callahan.
But it's going to be a pickup of about 3 as
Luke Lazan.
They've got a new running back in there. Let's
bring
see.
up 2nd and 7.
New quarterback in there as well. So in the game, Chase Minot, the sophomore 5'11 quarterback. That is interesting. Trips to the left. Is Brogan Jones out there? I don't see him.
I don't see him.
I don't see him on the sideline. Oh, there he is. Brogan's got the ball. I don't know how they did that. It's caught at the 2-yard line, up into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for Menor. That was tricky. I didn't understand what was going on. They had the backup quarterback in the backfield.
It was almost like that Philly special play that we've seen a few years ago in the Super Bowl. Put 2 quarterbacks out there, put one on the sideline where no one's paying attention to what he was doing, and just lob him the ball for a touchdown. What a great pass.
Yeah, you and I were talking about the 2-quarterback offense on our way up to Menor tonight. That is funny that we just saw it, and it worked to perfection. When you can fool the guy up in the broadcast booth calling the game,
you did a great job.
You did a fantastic job. I apologize. I couldn't tell you what was going on if I tried. PAT is good. It's 28-6. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to
19 seconds remaining in the
get
first
some more
quarter.
rejuvenation. I got to sit down. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. High school football on Q92 Sports.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
High school football on Q92. Welcome back. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland. Ryan squared tonight in the broadcast booth at the 50-yard line. We're here at Menor. 28-6. Ryan, let's get some words of encouragement if we're a Jackson fan listening at home. What do you have to say?
You know, if you're a Jackson fan and you're listening to this and you're trying to cheer in your guys, you're trying to tell them, hey, show them what we're about. Show them that explosiveness. Show them what we got. Show them who Corey Jacobs is. Show them who Max Cowles is. Show them who Lucas and Creechman is, and as well as Connor Mulman. You got to show them who they are. Show them what we're about. Show them what Stark County football is known for.
That's right, baby. You want to act about it, you got to be about it. Here comes the Jackson Polar Bear offense once again. Corey Jacobs will go out there with Carter Mulliman.
You know, this is their fourth offensive drive. They punt, they had a touchdown, and punted again. So that's what they do here.
First down. We've got some movement from the left to the right. The quarterback is going to hand it off to Jacobs. He's going to be swallowed in the backfield. They have been going backwards ever since the first possession. First possession, they picked up a nice first down. A third down and 7, I believe. The quarterback made a nice play over the through the air, over the middle. It was a first down. Ever since that play, it has been a nightmare for the Polar Bears. It's a glass half full moment, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
That was just the first quarter. We'll go to the second quarter. High school football on Q92, 28-6, Menor.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN. This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
28-6, Menor has the lead over the Jackson Polar Bears. The winner of this game is going to go ahead and play the winner of McKinley and Medina. Bulldogs have a 7-0 lead over the Bees. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. The band plays as Jackson picks up a first down right off rip in the second quarter. That's exactly what you want to see. Carter Mulliman completes his pass to his wide receiver, Micah Regenball, junior, 5'11", 170 pounds.
You know, Regenball has 415 yards on the season and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 13 yards a carry, or reception, I should say.
5 wide, 3 on the left side. Quarterback in the shotgun, empty. He's got a man. It's a screenplay, shake and bake. I believe this is 18 again. It is. He's not going to get much. This will be a 4th down and 4. The offense is going to stay out on the field, it looks like, and I would.
You know, as you said you would, but it's also gutsy because if you do not get this, you're only given the Menor Cardinals offense 25 yards to mess with.
Comes out on the field.
That is true.
Number 92, Cooper.
However, Menor has just gotten everything they want on offense. I don't see them having any issue going from 40 to 40, you know, in a couple of plays. I think you're 4 yards away. They're going to call a timeout, and they're going to think about this. I would be shocked if they're not going for it right now.
Well, you know, as we were talking, they actually switched out their offense into their punt team, and there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of guys coming in late where they had to call a timeout just to get everything squared away.
Well, Cooper Mazur, the punter, is still on the field, and he's walking towards the football, and he's practicing punting right now. So it looks like they are going to kick it away. I mean, you still have 11:09 to go in the second quarter, so I guess it's not really time to panic just yet. However, the defense just has not been able to stop Menor at all tonight, as they put up 28 points on 4 possessions.
You know, we talk about the Jackson Cooler defense, and one of the main reasons I think they can't stop them is all those offensive linemen for men are going to D1 colleges.
So that's kind of my point. Why punt it?
Yeah.
If you know, we may not be able to stop them anyway. However, you got to put some sort of faith into your guys. They're going to fake it over the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted. They tried to go for it. I applaud them. Thank you. You gotta try something. I know it's really early in the ball game, but it's late. If you're Menor, it's late in the ball game.
It's late in the ball game. You know, Menor's coming out with great field position once again. But real quick, that fake punt was great. The only thing I would say you got to tweak on that is your punter at that time has to get his feeding and has to give the receiver at least 2 more seconds. And that would have been completed.
The wide receiver was open.
Yeah, that would have been completed.
Missouri just didn't throw it high enough, and it was able to be deflected. All right, 1st down and 10 for Menor. Now it's really crunch time for the Jackson defense. Inside the 30, Jones takes the snap over the middle. It's too high, incomplete for Jackson. It is also a lot harder to operate your offense the closer you are to the goal line.
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of those guys, a lot of those coaches, especially offense coordinators, they like having field because you get to work with a lot and try to jam a lot into a small area.
11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Menor has a 28-6 lead. They'll send 4 receivers out there, 3 receivers to the left side. Here's Brogan Jones in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back. Running back to the right side. Close to the 1st down. He's going to be a yard shy. It'll be 3rd down and 1. 4-down territory, I would assume, for Menor.
Oh, yeah. You got 3rd and 1. You got two plays to make 1 yard up here. You got to go for it. You got to get it.
3rd down and 2 for the
3rd and 1. Not that I want to reinvent the wheel or anything. But 3rd and 1 should be 4-down territory on any part of the field, any level of football. That should be 4-down territory. You got 2 chances to run it 1 yard. Come on. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Pistol formation. They're going to use 2 running backs. They hand it off to the tailback. He'll get the 1st down and just enough. Maybe a couple extra yards. They're going to shove him backwards, but forward progress will give Menor a 1st down.
Tackled by a host of Polar Bears. It's good enough to move the chains.
The chain gang hasn't quite got the memo yet. They're still saying it's 4th down.
Polar Bears 16.
4th and 10 is what the chain gang says, but I promise you, it's 1st and 10. There we go. We are at the 16-yard line. Menor has got me in my seat.
You know, they're trying to put some nails into the coffin right now.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Brogan Jones, shotgun. Here's the snap. He throws it quick to the right side. It's going to be caught up the sideline. He shakes it big because he got free. He's got a 1st down. They'll go out of bounds. It'll be 1st down and goal for the Cardinals.
Good enough for a 1st down.
You know, Ryan, if you squint your eyes, LSU's playing Dover.
1st and goal Cardinals.
I was going to say it was LSU playing Ohio State with the color rush.
There you go. Yeah, color rush Buckeye against LSU right now, if you squint your eyes. 1st down and goal inside the 10. Brogan Jones, shotgun. He's going to take the snap. He'll hand it to his running back. He's met at the line of scrimmage by everybody except the 1 member of the defense. 10 Polar Bears were there to tackle him. And we'll be under 10 minutes to go.
You know, if you're a Menor, you're trying to get that 30-point spot here. You're trying to roll in with double digits. You're trying to keep it going. You're trying to be who you are. And the best thing is you're doing it without your star running back right now. You know, even though he might be injured, but you can rest him right now.
2nd down and goal. 2 receivers on each side. Brogan Jones takes the snap. He play action. He goes to the end zone, and this one's going to be caught for the Cardinals. It's their 5th touchdown of the first half.
Touchdown, Menor, number 1, Justin Hodge.
Justin Hodge, number 1. Called it. I told you they are going to hook up in the end zone. That is Brogan Jones to Justin Hodge, junior to senior.
You know, it's going to be interesting here to see if they go for the extra point or they go for 2 to put them up 30, which would activate the running clock in the second half.
Not going to happen.
Danny Christou
But
to attempt the extra
I like
point
the
for
thought. I
Cardinals.
like your thought process, Ryan. But no, I think Menor, because the running clock can't start until the second half anyway, so they would assume that they'll probably stop Jackson and put up 42 in the first half. That's probably what their goal is going to be. And then we won't see any starters in the second half. Is he trying to hit the scoreboard? Kick is good. My Lord, they just put up this scoreboard. I heard it cost millions of dollars. This kid's trying to ruin it. Take a break on Q92. It's all Menor, 35-6.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
35-6, Menor has the lead over Jackson. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland. We got Ryan squared on the Q92 Sports Network tonight. Jackson is going to take the kickoff to the 25-yard line, and that's where they will set up shop. Cavs fans, 42-31. Cavs are in the nation's capital. I believe these are NBA Cup games. So you got a nice, comfortable lead for your Cavaliers. Let's get into some high school football action. These games are on the Q92 Sports Network. Green, 17, Fitch, 7. East Canton, 15, Fairport, 7. So some area teams.
Some Stark County teams showing up.
Yeah, they are showing
out.
Yeah, they're trying to give us some jobs next weekend. Massillon, 21, Hoover, 7. That is a nice scoring game. Where you expected a shootout at Paul Brown, and that's what you're going to get. That's still in the first quarter.
And Jackson here hit with a false start.
Full start on the Polar Bears.
You know, Ryan, this offense drive is where they need to go. This is, you know, I say stick to your game plan, but you got to answer back some right now to show them that you still have life and that you're here to battle.
Yeah, you are running out of time to say stick to your game plan. The time of possession, I'd be interested to see the stats. Jackson has to be owning your time of possession, right?
Yeah, they have winning time of possession, but
which is insane. They're down 35-6.
You know, these Mentor Cardinals, you know, they've been every time they've been on the offense, they've scored, but it's only been 1, 2, at most 3 plays.
They're scoring faster than I'm able to complete a bowl of cereal, which is pretty quick. Here we go. First down and 15 to start the drive for Jackson. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's way out there. They'll give it to Jacobs. He bounces to the left side. He's going to try to get to the line of scrimmage. He does. He'll gain an extra 5 yards, so 10 plus on the run for Corey Jacobs. Nope, they're going to call him out of bounds at the 29-yard line, so it'll be a second down and about 7 coming up.
You know what a great cut, though. He went out towards the Jackson sideline, and there was nothing but green, and he took advantage of that.
He's one of the hardest runners in Stark County, if not the hardest runner out of the running back room in Stark County. Corey Jacobs. He can run up the middle. He can run to the side. Here's the snap. Mulliman takes it to the left side. Flag down. Mulliman Might have got a yard out of bounds at the 30. It's probably going to be a hold against Jackson, I would assume.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be holding. And the ball's coming back 5 yards, unfortunately, for the Jackson Polar Bears.
So they'll have it again, second down and probably 12.
Second down and 7.
Nope. So trying to figure out.
We are still waiting on a call.
Yep, they're gonna go backwards. I thought maybe they would have just declined the penalty and taken it third down and 7, but they're gonna go all the way back. It's going to be second down and 17.
Correction, second down and 17.
I know, Ryan. I think
Polar Bear,
Menor
19.
is when they're on offense. I think they've only had to play, about 40 yards or so. They haven't had to use the whole full field.
Jackson's offense led out by Carter Mulliman. He's in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He's in the pocket. He looks over to his left. He found Jacobs. Jacobs high steps over to defender. He's going to get a couple of yards, but not nearly enough. This is going to be third down and long. And you are
Tackled by Menor's number 41, Cooper Russo.
Cooper Russo, the Menor Cardinal that had him knocked out of bounds. These Menor Cardinals were in the weight room right before the game started. They have a weight room that is about 15 feet from the entrance of the field.
And it was beautiful.
And it was
glass doors
yeah.
overlooking the stadium.
Yes. These kids are
man.
walking from the locker room to the weight room to get a pump in before their first playoff game. Mulliman launches it deep downfield. He's got his man. He tripped.
Mulliman's pass intended for number 10.
For anybody that's listening at home back in Jackson, it wasn't a pass interference of why he fell. He tripped over his own 2 little feet.
That was Max Cowles. Broke the defense, was in the secondary. All he had to do was catch it, run to the end zone.
Oh, if it was caught, he's definitely in for a touchdown.
I know he's going to want that one back. Max Cowles, electrifying offensive player for the Jackson Polar Bears, had a chance, and he just tripped over his own 2 feet. That is unfortunate. And Cooper, Missouri, back out onto the field for the Jackson Polar Bears.
This is their 4th punt this first half.
Cooper takes the ball. It's in his hands around the 12. Booming kick high, really high. Not as far as he'd like it to be. Fair caught at the 47.
Number 12, Logan Burrow.
So that's where
Menor's
Menor's going to take over. First down and 10. And this is where they really are going to try to put the pedal to the metal. This is one of those drives that they've been scoring so quick. I wouldn't be shocked to see them try to just take the remaining 7 minutes off, not let Jackson possess the ball again, and go into the locker room with a convincing lead of 36 points. That's what I think that their goal and their mindset should be. What about you?
I agree with that. Especially because you got to start thinking about what either McKinley or Medina is going to see next week on film. So.
Here's the quarterback, Jones, Brogan Jones. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to go down. It's not going to be a sack. I don't think he got right back to the line of scrimmage. Might have got a half of a yard out of that. But one of the first times that Jackson's put some pressure on the quarterback, and he didn't know what to do with that one. So it's second down and 9 to go for the Menor Cardinals.
And it's your Jackson's defense coordinator. That's what you got to do right now. You got to put pressure on him. You got to make him second guess everything.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Brogan Jones takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. He'll go up the middle. He's got a first down. He's got much more, and he'll go down at the 36-yard line. It's a first down and 10 for the Menor Cardinals. The Fighting Trubiskys.
Callahan's run good enough for a first and 10.
For those of you who don't know, Mitchell Trubisky went to Menor before he went to North Carolina and the Bears and the Steelers. They sure are proud of him here at Menor. Trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Brogan Jones in the shotgun. He hands it off to his running back. And he's going to be swallowed up in the backfield A nice play by the Jackson defense down at the 40-yard line, and this will bring up a second down and about 13 yards. Nope, 12 yards. They'll move it up to the 39.
Correction, Mazar.
You know, as it looks like every time Jackson brings that guy in the middle of the field up for a blitz or anything like that, they are getting great pressure in the backfield. I don't know why they don't keep it going all night long.
Score update in the Massillon game coming up after this play. We'll give it to you right now. There's going to be a penalty against Jackson, and it's going to be another encroachment. That's the third encroachment of the first half. So that's credit to Brogan Jones, I would assume.
And, you know, that's 15 free yards to this Menor offense that really don't need it. But they're taking full advantage of it.
Trips left, one receiver to the right. Second down and 7. Brogan Jones takes the snap, wheels to his left. He throws. He's got a man caught. 25-20, first down and more inside the red zone. And Menor battle to the metal against the Jackson Polar Bears. I had a nice little thing I wanted to talk about. We might not save it for the second half.
You know, Brogan Jones did a great job there, rolling out, finding his receiver wide open with about 5 DBs circled around him, but well enough, open enough to get that pass and come down with it.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Brogan Jones shotgun, hands it off to his running back. Up the middle he goes. He's breaking a tackle. Broke another tackle. Get off me. Touchdown, Menor.
Touchdown, Menor. Number 32, Braylon Callahan.
Braylon Callahan took 1 step. He took 2 steps. He said, you know what? Get off me. Pylon, touchdown. It's all Menor.
What a half.
What did they must have fed them some jazzy jambalaya or something before the game, because these kids are rolling.
You know what? They said I think they were a little angry they didn't get to play last week.
Yeah. If there was any questions of how the Menor Cardinals were going to respond after a bye week, here you go. Here's your answer. 41-6, and they got a chance to put on another point right here. Here's the kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. This kicker's a freshman, and that would have been good from 45 yards.
Man,
42-6, Menor over the Jackson Polar Bears.
So far, the Cardinals are perfect on offense. Every time they touch the ball, they have scored. They've been in that end zone.
Every single time, 6 for 6, scoring the ball. All right. One of the things I noticed, and I take note every time I go to a new football stadium, concession stand prices and value. I want to go over this. This is at Menor. They do offer a Chick-fil-A sandwich, $7, but it gets better. How about an all-beef hot dog for $2? That is really, really good. You've got schools running a $1 dog special when they're originally like $3.50.
Yeah.
Shout out to Menor. Not just any dog for $2, all beef. If you're gonna do,
they're taking care of their people.
If you're gonna do hot dog, all beef is the only way to go. They've got a Revolution pizza and pepperoni and cheese for $2. I think this is one of the best and most outstanding menus that you can go, especially when you can add a crumble cookie on there for $5. Oh, not bad. So if you are coming up to the game, if you're a Jackson fan listening, I don't know how well you want to support the Menor local schools, but they do have a very good variety and a very good value over there at the concession stand. I was pretty impressed by it.
You know, that's great, though, for all these families that are coming out, because if you look at the Menor sideline, it is packed to the max here. And, you know, Friday night, game night, come on out, get your food here, and have a good time and not spend a fortune.
They really got to get that jambalaya on the menu, though.
Yeah.
You didn't have any.
I did not yet.
Not any. You got to get some. It's pretty good. 2 receivers right, empty backfield because they got 3 receivers to the left. Mulliman, pass picked off from the 20, up to the 10-yard line. Oh, that kid deserved a pick 6. First down and 10. Again, it's going to be Menor's ball.
Menor is firing on all cylinders right now. They are winning the offensive battle with scoring 6 times out of 6 with their offense. They are making plays on defense. They are making Jackson lose yards. They are making Jackson punt. And now they have intercepted the ball and put him in great field position. The ball's going to be on the 10-yard line, about to punch it in for another score.
2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers on the right side. It is first down and 10 for Manor. They're right around the 10-yard line, so it looks like first and goal. They need all 10 yards. Brogan Jones out of the shotgun takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Didn't fool me, Mr. Jones, and you didn't fool Jackson either. They're going to swallow him up at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to force a second down and 10 second down and goal, from the 10.
You know, one of the best benefits right now is this, as a coaching standpoint, is if you're up 42-6 in a game, you know, in the second half, you're going to start looking for week 13, and you're going to be able to put things on film that you may not even run against McKinley or Medina, and they're going to practice it.
Brogan Jones takes the snap. He throws over the middle. He's got a wide open man. It's another touchdown for Manor.
The Jackson DBs looked a little confused out there. They left him wide open in the end zone. They're letting Brogan Jones get another touchdown pass here.
48-6 here at Manor. I wonder what they're serving in the third quarter here in the press box, Ryan.
I think they're actually going to kick us out in the third quarter. They're going to say, hey, ball game's over. Go home. Start your drive back.
Folks, I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, but it has gotten ugly at Manor. These Cardinals are no joke, 10-0 for a reason. About to be about halfway to the century mark, and the PAT is good again. That kid's trying to hit the scoreboard. You can't convince me he's not. He is a perfect 7 of 7 on the PAT. We still have 4:38 to go here in the second quarter. Let's take a break. Let's hear from Sam Berkwin real quick. He'll talk about some things that are happening on AM 1310 WDPN, our sister station.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back to Manor. I'm Ryan Bevere, big fan of the Sam Berkwin Show on AM 1310 WDPN.
I am as well.
Ryan Rowland here with me. Here's the kick, and it's going to be fumbled, and it looks like it's going to be recovered by Jackson. Wow, what a break it was for the Polar Bears. First down and 10 for Jackson. Coach, what do you say to your team in the second quarter? You're down 49-6 in a playoff game.
You know, it's playoff game. It's, you know, you're down a lot. You got to show them, you know, right now, you got to show them who you are as a person. You know, even though the scoreboard does not look like you're winning, you got to show them who you are as a person. You got to show them that you're the guy that, against all odds, when their back is against the wall, that you will not give up, that you will keep fighting. And, you know, that's going to build a lot of character or later in life when these high school kids are doing something, whether it's working, whether it's playing college football.
First down and 10 for the Jackson Polar Bears. This is just reps for you and I the rest of the way. Seems that way. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Jacobs has the football. He goes up the middle. He's not going to get anything. You know, it's impressive. Menor is up 49-6. They are still stacking the box and making Jackson throw the ball.
You know, even though you're up 49-6, you still got to play your football. And a lot of people might not like it, but at the end of the day, it's how football is. You got to keep your guys trained because they're looking for week 13 now. They're not working at this week. They're working at week 13, and they got to get prepared. They got to get their reps. They've had a bye, so they got to get in a rhythm here.
Going easy on any opponent is not going to make you better moving forward, so I agree. Jackson's Second down and 9 play. Quarterback throws it out of bounds. That was almost intercepted actually by their defensive back. I think he was just trying to get it out of bounds, but almost threw an interception. It's going to be a 3rd down and 9. They were looking for Micah Regenball on that one. Shout out to Clint Scroggs, by the way. He's over at Massillon. He just texted me, and he said, "Are you here?" I said, "No, man. Christian, I tell you, well, I'm going to be at Menor this week."
You should have told him you're down there on the sideline.
I could have messed with him. Oh, I could have messed with him. I should have. I could have been in 2 places at once. Oh, I've got some pull over the Massillon community. I could have definitely acted as if I was there. 49-6. Here's the quarterback throwing it over the left side. Caught up the sideline. This is going to be a 4th down and short. And if Jay Rohr doesn't go for this one, the Polar Bears might as well just get on the bus and head home.
They're actually going to give it to him. First down.
Okay, 1st down. Good. No decision needed to be made. However, they were going to go for that one. There's no doubt in my mind that they would have. I don't know that you send out Cooper, Missouri again the rest of the night. You're down 49-6. Sorry that I keep saying that. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just what's happening. Trips right. One to the left. Pistol formation. Jacobs, the running back. They'll give it to Jacobs. Nope, they won't. Yet they will. It was miscommunication between the quarterback and the running back, and Jacobs is going to lose 5 yards. What happened there, do you think?
You know, so far this offensive drive from the Jackson Polar Bears, it started with the kickoff when you had a guy from the opposite side of the field running up and trying to take the ball over, almost fumbled the ball, almost gave the ball back to Menor. And now this offensive play, the quarterback looked like he read something from the defense and wanted to keep it, but the running back just literally took it.
We are approaching the 3rd minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 2 receivers to the left. They got a flag up in the air. I was trying to tell you that they had a receiver lined up on the right. It's going to be false start on Jackson. I got to tell you what. I would not want to be a Polar Bear in the locker room at halftime, and I certainly wouldn't want to be a Polar Bear on the ride home.
Right now, that's 6 penalties on this Jackson team. 3 on offense, 3 on defense.
2nd and 20.
They are literally shooting themselves in the foot with going backwards instead of forward down the field.
2nd down and long. Quarterback in the shotgun, throws it left side, caught. This one's up to the 20, 25. They're back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard shy of it.
Pass complete. No, number 1, Gino.
But a nice play to get some yardage back after the penalty. But what stinks is you're trailing by so much, and when you get a play like that, all you did was just get back the yards you lost on your own mistakes.
Yeah, you get your regular yards back. You don't put no positive offense because you already got the negative, and you're trying to pretty much come in the green instead of being in the red.
Menor trying to hold Jackson on a 3rd down and 10. Jackson trying to get into the end zone before halftime. 5 wide, empty backfield. Here's the quarterback flushed out. He's going to go down. He gets rid of it just in time. It's going to be a 4th down and long again.
4th and 10.
4th down and 10. Here comes Cooper, Missouri, the punter, back out onto the field for Jackson.
Number 92, Cooper.
This is their 5th punt of the game. Every offense besides that one touchdown pass to Max Cowles, their offense has been a punt. It's been a 4 and out. It's been a couple plays and kicking.
Cooper, Missouri's punt left to right. Fair caught at the 46, and they've got 54 yards to the end zone. And I would imagine why not? They're going to try to go for it. You're not playing, no matter what the score is. You're not playing for next week in the 2nd quarter when your starters are out on the field. Because like what we were saying, what you don't want to do, you want to stick to your offense. What you don't want to do is you don't want to start doing things that you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You got to act like this game is 49-49 or 6-6.
Yeah, you still got to stay true to who you are. You still got to stay true to who your players are. And you can't try anything crazy.
4 wide. Here's Jones throwing right side, caught, first down up to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Menor Cardinals. They're working with 1:48 seconds, and that is plenty of time for this offense to get back into the end zone and try to hit the half a century mark in the first half, which would be quite impressive. 4 receivers are out there. Brogan Jones finds another man right side out of bounds, gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards. And here we go.
You know, Ryan, also, this is the most yardage they've had to play against on offense. You know, they finally broke the 50-yarder, 50-yard, and they're actually driving, and you know, it's working. I believe the announcer, too, for here just announced that McKinley's up 7-0 at half.
Yeah, Medina, Ryan Keller just said that Medina's got 30 yards of total offense against McKinley. First down for Menor after the run up the middle, approaching the 1-minute mark in the first half. It is 7-0 McKinley over Medina. And like I just said, Medina only 30 yards of offense.
You know, Ryan, I was hoping that we would see a Federal League matchup next week with Jackson and McKinley.
First down, throw to the left side. It's caught up the sideline. More scores for you. Maslin rolling Hoover out, 35-7. I did not see that coming. I kind of figured Maslin would win.
I didn't see that coming either, especially this year that Ryan Baum's team's having.
Yeah, and John Collins is a very formidable quarterback for Hoover. Here's the second down in 3 plays. It's going to go up the middle. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Under 40 seconds to go. Menor is definitely going to try to get into the end zone. I would expect some play action right here, maybe. Try to go through the air. 3 receivers right, 1 near side to the left. Brogan Jones takes it, throws it left side, caught up to the 10-yard line and out of bounds. It's a first down for Menor. It's going to be first down and goal for the Cardinals.
You know, I'm actually kind of shocked that they're going to try for the end zone. I figured with 30 seconds left, they would just try to run it out and go into half.
No. Absolutely not. They are going to score.
Oh, we got an official timeout for an injured Jackson player.
We've got, we do have an injured Jackson Polar Bear on the ground. He's at the 5.
It looks like he's holding his ankle. I wonder if he rolled it on that last play there.
49-6. Let's go back into the scoreboard update for high school football around the area. McKinley 7, Medina 0. The winner of this game is going to play the winner of McKinley and Medina. Medina, once again, only 30 yards of offense, according to Keller on Q92. Maslin 35, Hoover 7. That is approaching halftime. Green 17, Finch 14.
What a good game there.
Hudson 14, Lake 3. West Branch 28, Norton 14. The Stark County area is really showing out tonight outside of your Jackson Polar Bears and the Lake Blue Streaks. But Lake's still in it, only down by 11 points. And Jackson fighting here in the first half. 49-6 the score. Here's the snap. Brogan Jones throws it over the middle, had a man, and it was dropped. They went for the slant pass. They had a touchdown reception on that same play earlier on in the first half.
Brady Sheets on the coverage for the
And Brady Sheets there breaking up the coverage there. Doing a great job of playing DB. Doing a great job of making sure they don't score again.
Second down and goal. 2 receivers on each side. 2 are near. Play action. Brogan Jones wheels to his right. He's got a man. It's going to be caught at the 5. Flag in the backfield. We'll see what that is. There's 14 seconds to go in the first half. Stick around for halftime.
Yeah, I think they're going to get the offensive line here for holding. Which is
We'll hear from Jeff Mears at halftime. We'll do more scores. I'll do a more in-depth scoreboard update around like all the leagues. We'll go through some NBA scores for you. We will go through. I'll even do some NHL scores at halftime.
I'll throw some hockey in there for these guys.
On the 20-yard line of the Polar Bears.
Maybe even maybe Friday night SmackDown update for you. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. 49-6. That's where we're at in Menor. Brogan Jones looks over the middle, flushed out of the pocket. He wheels to his right from the 25-yard line. He throws to the end zone, and it's incomplete. He threw that into quadruple coverage. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 polar bears, 1 cardinal. Trying to force something that wasn't there. This is going to be a nice defensive stand if Jackson is able to hold Menor with no points here. Menor's going to take a timeout, probably just to talk about it. It's 3rd down. They do have a great freshman kicker, so they wouldn't shy away from a field goal, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. I think, you got 6 seconds. Try for something quick.
Yeah.
And try to get a timeout or try for it all or, bring out your kicking team. Especially late in the playoffs, kicking games will win you games.
Six seconds remaining in our first half of play. Stay tuned, folks. We have a wonderful
Cavs are up 76-59 in the nation's capital. 42-7 Massillon over Hoover. My Lord. I would have never guessed that. I would have never thought Massillon would be.
And the bye week worked for Massillon as well.
Blowing out Hoover. I mean, like I said, I had Massillon. I predicted Massillon to win that game, but I did not see 42-7 in the first half. They're going to kick it with 6 seconds left. Menor, here's the snap. Here's the hold. It's a good kick, and it's beautiful right through the upright.
And it's good.
It is good. 52.
That's into our first half with a score
to 6. There was a second left on the clock, but they let it run out. We'll go to the half. It is 52-6. The Cardinals have the lead, and we'll try to regroup. We'll hear from Jeff Mears coming up after the break. This is high school football from Menor on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball, to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. As the federal government shutdown continues, Northeast Ohio airports are keeping a close watch on possible flight impacts. The FAA is reducing air traffic by up to 10% at 40 major airports today because of staffing shortages, but Akron Canton and Cleveland Hopkins are not on the preliminary list. The Beacon Journal reports officials at both airports say travelers could still see delays because of disruptions at other hubs and are urging passengers to check with their airlines before heading to the airport. The FAA says the cuts are intended to relieve fatigue among air traffic controllers working without pay during the shutdown. Meanwhile, Governor Mike DeWine says Ohio is moving ahead with a $25 million plan to help families affected by the shutdown and the suspension of SNAP food benefits. The state is sending $7 million to regional food banks, including $887,000 for the Akron Canton Regional Food Bank and another $18 million in emergency payments to more than 63,000 low-income Ohioans through the Ohio Works First program. DeWine also announced $10.3 million in federal funding to keep WIC benefits available for mothers and children into December. The Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that occurred Thursday night on Route 62 at Beach Street in Nimishillen Township. Troopers say just before 6 p.m., 36-year-old Joshua Kimbrell of Arkansas was driving a pickup truck and failed to yield at a stop sign, pulling into the path of a car driven by 25-year-old David Foster of Alliance. The vehicle struck the truck's driver's side. Kimbrell suffered minor injuries. Foster, who was not wearing a seatbelt, was seriously injured and flown to Akron General Medical Center. The roadway was closed for about 2 hours. A motorcyclist has died after a crash in Tuscarawas County. The Highway Patrol says 47-year-old Michael McHale of Mineral City was northbound on County Road 66 in Union Township Wednesday night when his motorcycle struck a tree that had fallen across the road. The bike overturned and went off the right side. McHale was flown to Akron General Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries. The patrol says he was wearing a helmet. The crash remains under investigation. Mentalis reported strong third-quarter results with net sales of $305.9 million and net income of $8.1 million, up from $3.7 million in the previous quarter. Adjusted earnings rose to $12 million, and earnings improved to $29 million, driven by strong aerospace and defense shipments. The Canton-based steelmaker generated $22 million in operating cash flow, ended the quarter with $191 million in cash, and repurchased $3 million in stock. Mentalis expects fourth-quarter results to dip due to normal year-end maintenance, but says new defense contracts position it well for 2026. An Alliance man is facing charges after police say he assaulted several people and threatened his brother with a gun. 37-year-old Jesse Knowling allegedly punched his live-in girlfriend in the face Wednesday morning at their North Webb Avenue home while holding a firearm and pushed his brother's girlfriend to the ground, causing injuries. Knowling also is accused of pointing a gun at his brother and trying to chamber a round before fleeing. He's charged with domestic violence, assault, aggravated menacing, and having a weapon under disability. Knowling has a burglary conviction from 2006. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
A judge has stepped aside from the case of a Sebring police officer accused of domestic violence. Mahoning County Judge Joe Schiavone recused himself from the case of 25-year-old Dylan Vesey, who is charged with a misdemeanor count of domestic violence. The case has been transferred from Sebring to Mahoning County Court in Boardman for a pretrial hearing. Deputies were called to a home at West Indiana Avenue and North 16th Street on Halloween for the reported incident. Vesey has been a full-time patrolman since last month after serving part-time with the department for about a year. 2 more men have been arrested in connection with the 2021 shooting death of 20-year-old Bryson Douglas in East Liverpool. The U.S. Marshals Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force took 29-year-old Curtis Holland and 25-year-old Travis Kidder of East Liverpool into custody Thursday after a Columbiana County grand jury indicted them on murder and aggravated murder charges. Douglas was found shot to death on a front porch on Pennsylvania Avenue in July of 2021. The other suspects, Elvin and Alan Tisdale, have already been convicted in the case. Authorities say Douglas was not the intended target of the shooting. A Warren man has been sentenced to up to 15 years in prison for sex crimes involving a family member. 50-year-old Daniel Ortiz Torres received a sentence of 10 to 15 years Thursday in Mahoning County Common Pleas Court after pleading guilty in September to rape and gross sexual imposition. The abuse occurred multiple times between 2015 and 2022 in Youngstown and Warren. The sentence was recommended by both sides and approved by Judge Anthony D'Onofrio. Ortiz Torres was given credit for 452 days already served. Mahoning County commissioners are raising new concerns about the owners of the Southern Park Mall after security guards walked off the job this week. WKBN TV reports the mall's concourses were locked for several hours Monday after guards reportedly weren't paid. Thursday, Commissioner Carol Righetti called the owners not good stewards for the county or Boardman Township. The mall's owner, Coan Retail Investments, still owes more than $1 million in property taxes and fees over the past year. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, mostly cloudy skies, a chance of showers with a low near 39. A mix of sun and clouds Saturday with a high reaching 54. Saturday night, rain likely, otherwise mostly cloudy, a low around 41. The threat of rain carries over into Sunday, a high near 49. Monday, snow likely, mostly cloudy with a high of 36. For Q92 News, I'm Jeff Mears.
Thanks, Jeff. Halftime here at Menor. It's 52-6. The Jackson Polar Bear Marching Band is out on the field right now. Let's pay them a visit and show them some respects. They got a great band, and we're going to hear from them right now on Q92.
Next, with feature maintenance, Warren Parks and Samantha Swinsky, along with featured brothers Bill Malcolm and Brooke Field with a lively performance of Talk to Me, Dance with Me by the Canadian Indian rock band Hot Hot Heat. With driving rhythms and infectious hooks, this tune promises to be a Purple Army fan favorite. The staff and members of the Purple Army would like to thank you for allowing us to entertain you this evening.
It's the Jackson Polar Bear Marching Band here being played on Q92, Q92 Radio Sports Network. Halftime here with about 10 minutes to go. Manor leads 52-6 over Jackson. We can go through some other area scores for you. Stark County really putting on a show tonight. Real quick, Cavs up 76-61 over the nation's capital, Washington Wizards. Massillon is up 49-7 over Hoover. That is something that we did not see coming. 25-10 East Canton over Fairport. Green's leading Fitch 17-14. McKinley 7, Medina 0. The winner of that game is going to go ahead and play the winner of Jackson and Menor. The number 2 ranked team in Ohio, AP ranked number 2, Menor Cardinals. They are showing out. It's showing why they were 10-0 in the regular season for back-to-back years. The Menor Cardinal band is now on the field. Let's go ahead and listen to them, shall we? Let's see how they're jamming out here in Menor. The football team looks pretty good. I imagine the band sounds pretty good as well. Here they are, the Menor Cardinals fighting marching band.
Adam Goosey, Rachel Beller, and auxiliary advisor Kelly Holman. Tonight, the band will be performing selections from our 2025 OMEA competition show, The Moon Always Follows Me Home, including Inner Sandman by Metallica and Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. Featured soloists include Alex Alafi on trumpet, Bryson Moffett on guitar, and Elise Murphy on guitar. Next up for this evening's halftime performance will be the Monkey Wrench by the Foo Fighters. We close our show this evening with a classic hit from Fleetwood Mac. Here's Go Your Own Way. The Fighting Cardinal Marching Band. We would again like to congratulate the band on their superior rating at this year's OMEA State Marching Band Finals. Great job, band. Thank you for being a great audience and go Cards.
We have 1:15 left of halftime with the score Mentor 52, Jackson Polar Bears 6. A few stats for you for the game. We have Brogan Jones with 6 touchdowns, 15 for 18, and 336 yards. The Mentor Cardinals are in great shape. They're in great shape to go on to Week 13 as they will play either Medina or Canton McKinley. Currently, Canton McKinley is in the lead, 7-0 over Medina at halftime. And as our players are getting warmed up, we'll be right back.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, they felt the need to add another 3 minutes onto the halftime scoreboard, so we are going to hang out here for another 2 minutes, and then we'll kick things off in the second half. I'm out of breath because I ran up here thinking I was up against the time. I wish they would have added those 3 minutes before I started running, but here we are.
Yeah, one of the best things is, you know, when most times when teams come out late after halftime, they'll give them a few minutes just to get warmed up, trying to get things going. But we are in the second half, with it being over a 30-point deficit.
These kids from Mentor, I was just down at the by the weight room. They were in the weight room at halftime. Who does that?
You know, it's funny you say that, Ryan, because there once was a year where Joe Richardson, who actually coaches over here for the Jackson Polar Bears, him and I were in the same coaching staff for Alliance Aviators. And one year we had enough wins. We won league, but we also went to the playoffs and we played Chardon at Chardon.
I was this in like 2021, 22?
It was around 2018.
2018. Okay. I think I did that game, but go ahead.
They put up 48 points in the first quarter against us. There was a huge rainstorm. Their offensive lineman went live on Twitter and had a bench off to see who could bench the most during the rain delay. Wow. So, you say Menor, who does that? It's one of the things, you keep the bloodstream going, you keep the pump up, you keep the energy live, and it's working so far for Menor. 10-0, gonna move on to week 13, going to play the winner of McKinley Medina.
7-7, by the way.
7-7 now.
Yep, Medina scored out of the third quarter.
Well, we got a ball game down there in Canton. How about that, too? One of the best things about playing Canton McKinley with home field advantage, playing against them, going down and playing where the state championships games are going to be at. So if you do make it, you have already a shot of what it feels like to play there.
Yeah. Might be seeing these Menor Cardinals in camp. Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, Coach Matt Gray has done a great job with this team. Like you said, 2 years in a row being 10-0 in regular season. Last year, I believe they went to the semifinals. And it looks like they're going to be on their way there, possibly to the state finals.
AP number 2 for the Menor Cardinals. The News Herald has them number 1. Cleveland.com has them at number 4. Jackson's return is going to go all the way up until the 35-yard line, so a good start for the Jackson Polar Bears. All right, what do you say? What is the mindset? What are the coaches telling the players at halftime? Do they still think they got a chance?
You never doubt your players. You never doubt anything. There's a lot of game left. Even though you're against the running clock, you still got to play your football, and you got to put out film. Because a lot of these guys are still looking for colleges. A lot of these guys are still looking to get those offers. A lot of these guys are still looking to get rewards after the season. So you still got to go out there and be who you are.
2 receivers left side, 1 near side to the right. Quarterback is going to have the ball in the shotgun. Is running back on his left hip. Mulliman hands it off to Corey Jacobs. Jacobs, speaking of looking for a scholarship, he's got a first down on the first play of the second half. Corey Jacobs will take the ball for about 11 yards, good enough for a first down. So is this just like let's just run our offense, let's not look at the clock and just see what we can do the first drive? We'll go from there?
Yeah, you want to look at who you are as a program. You want to look at your guys. Also, too, late in the fourth quarter or beginning of the fourth quarter, you want to start your juniors, your sophomores, get them some varsity reps in a playoff game to lead into next year.
Be nice to cut into the deficit so we don't get to that. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They give Jacobs again. Jacobs right side. He's going to pick up another 7 yards. And look at Corey Jacobs, 2 rushes for 17 yards to start. Nope, they're going to say he was out of bounds at the 49, so a 5-yard pickup. So 2 for 15 to start the third quarter for Corey Jacobs on the ground against the Menor team who is daring you to throw the ball. They are asking you to run it by the way that they're setting up their defense, and they're daring you to drop back and throw. So it's a nice 15-yard pickup off 2 plays for Corey Jacobs. 2 receivers to the left side. They send a receiver in motion right to left. It's a jet sweep, and they're going to go backwards to the 45-yard line.
Menor now is also in a 3-3 stack defense as well. So like you said, they're daring them to throw. They're getting that box nice and loaded. They're trying to get what they need to be. And they're trying to say, hey, let's play man on man out here. Let's see what we can do.
3rd and 9 for Jackson. 9:19 to go. So they've already taken over 2 minutes off the clock. Almost 3 minutes have gone off the clock. It is going to be, we started with a running clock. I don't think we mentioned that. 52-6 in the second half. Even though it is the playoffs, they will have a running clock 52-6. It's when you're up 30 in the second half. So probably going to have a running clock the majority of this second half.
Yeah, and one of the things about that is nothing running out of bounds, anything is going to stop that clock. The only thing the time it stops is change of possession.
Third down pass is complete for a first down to Rocco Norch. So a good pickup. They did that on their first drive in the first half. They picked up a long third down. And then after that, there was nothing to talk about on the offense.
Yeah, it was. They started out hot, and then they cooled off a little bit. And, hopefully they don't cool off this half. They come out and they just play who they are and get some points and make this a better game on paper than what it actually is.
First down and 10 across midfield. Jackson has it. They're going deep downfield. They got a man. It's Szymanski. He's got it inside the 10, and here we go. Jackson in business to start the third quarter. 8 minutes to go. How about that one? A nice pickup through the air.
That's one of the things is they're showing they're not going to break. They're going to bend, but you can't break them. And they're going to come out and they're going to play who they are, and they're going to show you why they were in the playoffs in the first place.
At 6-5, just squeaked into the playoffs. A lot of people didn't think they were going to make it. 52-6, they give it to Jacobs. He bounces to the right side. Get off me. A couple more yards to the 5-yard line. It'll be a few yard pickup for Corey Jacobs, making a second down and goal from about the 5-yard line, it looks like. Why not? Just give it to Corey Jacobs and have him try to get into the end zone. 4-down territory, it has to be. No way that they're going to send a field goal unit out on 4th down.
No, I wouldn't. Even though you're already down. But unfortunately, you might as well just try to figure out what you can do to get more points on the board.
I would imagine Coach Rohr had a conversation with Cooper Missouri and said, listen, your season is more than likely going to be over. We're not going to need you in the second half. Hand off to Jacobs, and he's going to be tripped up right there at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and goal from the 5 coming up.
Number 4, Corey Jacobs. Tackled immediately by
Well, for those Polar Bear fans that did make the trip to Menor, shout out to them. They're still here.
Yeah, they're still here, still supporting their boys. They're still showing that they got the Polar Bear pride.
As the Cardinal faithful, looks like they might have said, we'll see you next week, because it looks like a lot of them have headed home.
Yeah, this crowd went from
Mulliman's pass to the backside of the end zone is incomplete. 4th down and goal.
Menor sideline the fans, I should say, has went from a full set of bleachers to half empty.
So bring up 4th and goal.
Menor kept saying the players, they kept reiterating, coming onto the field, let's score 28. Let's score 28. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what the significance is. They might be up for some record if they'll have to check on that. But they were really, really preaching score 28 in the second half. So we'll keep an eye on that. Jackson over the middle and complete. They were going to Max Cowles right there at the goal line, and it was a tough play to make. Nope, that was Regenball. Micah Regenball was the intended receiver. So Menor's defense holds strong. 5:17 to go here in the third quarter. Man, it goes quick.
It does go quick, and that clock is just ticking away for for reasons, but it sucks when it does not stop.
Well, the first half, the clock stopped so many times because there were so many scores, and both teams were working the sideline so they'd catch it and run out of bounds so the clock would stop. But you're not going to see a clock stoppage more than likely. First down, backups are in for Menor. They go left side for about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. So Menor didn't even put it on. It doesn't even look like any of their starters are out there. It looks like it was a first half ball game for Menor, and they're going to rest up until the second half. How do you like that? You had a bye week.
I'm all for it, especially too because it's late in the season. It's playoff. You already pretty much to say you already have the win here tonight. Get your guys rested. You got some injuries, you got some cramps, you got all that going on. But let's see what your younger guys are about to see if they can hang under the pressure of Friday night football.
Chase Minot is the quarterback for Menor. And Menor's going to get a first down. They'll move the chains, looks like. Or it's going to be a 3rd down and
Chase Minot, quarterback for the Cards.
Third down and short.
Taken by number 58.
Chase Mino is quarterbacking the Menor Cardinals. This is the fastest third quarter I think I've ever been a part of. Sometimes you get the running clock, but it still stops. It will stop on a change of possession, and it will stop on a score. We're already down to the 3-minute mark in the third quarter.
Yeah, we talked about, Menor does not have starters
Number
out there.
26, Braylon
And it's also
Williams
just to
on the
see,
carry
like I
on.
said, what are your younger guys all about? What are your younger guys going to do? What's the future of your program look like? Plus, the best thing about this is when you're Menor, if you're Medina or McKinley, you're watching this and you're trying to figure out who number 12 is, who might not even play next week, and you're going to study time on taking time out of your practice to focus in on him when you won't even see him. So it's almost like a strategy of, mess with your guys next week.
Menor tried to draw Jackson off sides. They did it 3 times in the first half, and both teams milking the clock. Play clock all the way down to 1. Timeout taken by Menor. Tomorrow, Mount Union football on our sister station, AM 1310 WDPN. You can catch me and Sam Berkwin. We've got the call from Marietta College. Last road trip of the regular season for Sam and myself. Maybe one in the playoffs. We might get a road trip in the playoffs, possibly, but the Stag Bowl is in Canton this season.
Ryan, what a big turnaround for you. We got an hour, 25-minute drive home. Then you got to turn around tomorrow morning, take a nice drive out to Marietta and watch Mount Union football and drive home. Your weekend's pretty much all football, man.
Thanks, Ryan. You're not wrong. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm going to touch the top of Ohio and the bottom of Ohio in about a 24-hour span of time, and it's not even that. I tell you what, they really have the tunes on point here in Menor.
Yeah, right now you're hearing Proud to Be American. They're doing a tribute for the soldiers that have fought in our wars or fought in our services for us, and we want to thank those people who do that.
You know who does a great tribute to the troops? Carrollton. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They'll have the entire football team come out. They'll stand in the end zone. Each one of them has got a large American flag, the big one.
Mm-hmm.
And they all run out to the 50-yard line. It is so cool, the backdrop there at Carrollton to see everything. But they do that there, and it really just brings tears to my eyes when they do it. It's so cool. But that was a nice tribute. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter at Menor. It's all Cardinals. This is, like I said, we are in Menor, number 2 ranked team according to the AP in Ohio. Jackson not ranked. So you kind of expected something like that.
Before the third quarter even started, we found out at halftime that Brogan Jones was 15 for 18 that first half with 336 yards and 5 touchdowns.
It's incredible. He is fun to watch. First down and 10 for Jackson. Rushing play to the right side. They're going to get a couple of yards. Couple more plays until we sign into the fourth quarter. Not many fours will be held because this one, I'm not sure it's saying anything. This one's going to be in the books. I would.
Check out the scoreboard. $1,150.
52-6. They are doing 50-50 right now. 916-563 is the winning number.
You know what, though? If we do see a Jackson come back, I'm going to be shocked. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be the greatest football game that I've ever watched in my life.
I was going to say something, but I bit my tongue. I don't want to do it. We'll go to the fourth quarter. 52-6 is your score. It's all Menor. They're not going to run a play. We'll see you in the fourth quarter. High school football on Q92.
Third down and 9.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
This is head coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Welcome back to Menor. Start of the fourth quarter. Third down, and 9 for Jackson. They'll throw it. First down, caught up the sideline to the 45-yard line.
Pass complete to number 9.
You know, Jackson so far came out this half. You know, again, I keep saying bending but not breaking. They're showing him that they belonged in the playoffs. They're showing him that they're going to be them. They're not going to just fall over. They're going to try to fight. And hats off to Jay Rohr and his team for fighting and not just giving up.
Yep, they're going to roll with the backups. A couple next year guys. See what they got. 11 minutes and counting. That clock is going to keep rolling, baby.
You know, that's one of the best things about with your sophomores and your juniors, getting a lot of guys experience, especially in a playoff game.
First down snap. There it is. Quarterback keeper himself. 5-yard gain. Jackson across into Menor territory. What do we got in quarterback for Jackson?
Number 98.
Is that Cruz?
Yeah, it looks like.
Couple scores for you. Go back into the area, Stark County area. Keller on Q92 is reporting that McKinley has a 21-7 lead over Medina, 9:44 to go in the game. Hudson 14, Lake 5. Second down goes nowhere for Jackson. Menor's got the next year players in as well, and they are fired up, ready to be a part of this. If you win a championship and you were on the field during the playoffs, hey, you got every reason to celebrate.
And you can wear that ring with pride, saying, hey, I did something with these guys.
Yeah, like Kike Hernandez after he won the World Series. He went up to Freddie Freeman. He said, we did nothing. we didn't do anything. We got a ring. What a World Series that was. Incredible.
I don't think anyone can top this World Series.
Classic. 7 games, and they were all a classic. Here's the quarterback, flushed out, running up to the 35-yard line. He's got a first down. They're going to move the chains.
You know, he did a great job there rolling out. He had 3 Cardinals chasing after him, and he just put it to the pedal, and he picked up the first down for Jackson.
Number 98, Isaac DeYoung.
Jackson is punching in to get in the red zone to possibly have their second score of the game.
Crew Forbes is manning the offense for the Jackson Polar Bears. He's in the shotgun. He's got his running back with him. This is Landon McCoy, sophomore running back, 5'7", 185 pounds. 3 receivers left side. They got 1 near side to the right. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper himself, and he's going to get sacked in the backfield. Crew Forbes trying to get something moving on the right side, nothing doing.
36,
You know, it's really amazing to watch. You know, I'm watching everything going on at the stadium right now, Ryan, and these Jackson fans, they're staying put. And, you know, they're here to watch a football game. They're here to cheer on the fans. And, you know, you look over at the Menor sideline, and there's more and more people just leaving. And it's just amazing that with Jackson parents having a hour and 25-minute drive, that they're willing to stay here to support their boys till the end.
Probably some words after the game. They're waiting to exchange. Second down, screen pass is going to go up to the 35, 33-yard line, first down. Under 8 to play here. Jackson trails 52-6. They had a scoreless third quarter, courtesy to the running clock, and that clock just keeps on going and going and going.
3rd and 9 for Jackson.
Jackson does not seem like they are in any hurry to snap the ball. They just want to get out of here. In a game like this, they really should implement some sort of rule where it's just over, I think, because since halftime, it's clear that both coaches are just trying to get out of here.
Yeah. And unfortunately, though, you got to play the 4 quarters for completion unless there was some other delay. But you got to look back at the years past where that Massillon game was 106 to 12, I think it was.
How'd you like to be on that call?
This will bring up 4th and 9.
Clock still moves. It'll be 4th down and 9 for Jackson.
The 33-yard line of Minner.
And it looks like they're going to try a field goal. Cooper, Missouri, it looks like. Oh, no. They have a backup. It looks like. I don't think that's Cooper.
It looks like it was 23.
Nope. They got Cooper on the field now. Someone was playing imposter kicker. I've never seen that before. Some kid just started warming up like he was kicking. It wasn't Cooper, Missouri. Now Cooper's kicking.
Maybe we'll see 2 kickers on the field at once. I don't think that's ever been done, but. Once again, these mentor guys in the press box playing these tunes after tune, and they're just keeping the vibe going at Mentor. And it's a great facility, beautiful field, beautiful neighborhood that it's in. We talked about the weight room. We talked about everything around it. It has just been a great night here.
Ryan, I mentioned it. We are set up shop next door to the house that Justin Fritz built. It's amazing. Friday night in Mentor, you got an undefeated record, a playoff win, and only about a 5-minute drive home. Vibes have to be immaculate. 50-yard field goal attempt for Cooper, Missouri, one of the best kickers in Stark County. Here is the snap, and it's a bad one. Fumble on the play, and the kid is just going to take it at the 50, and he swallowed up. They tried to get Cooper, Missouri, a 50-yard field goal attempt. Didn't even get a chance.
And these Mentor sideline is fired up. It is like they just blocked a game-tying field goal when they didn't, but they are celebrating everything. I love that when a team comes together and supports the brotherhood.
The clock is supposed to stop on a change of possession, and it hasn't stopped. But I don't think there's anybody in the stadium that is complaining about it. 50-yard line. What a view. From the 50, here we are. First down, run, goes nowhere. Actually, it's going to go 10 yards backwards. 10-yard loss. Though, say forward progress will give him a 5-yard loss. We approach the 5-minute point in the ball game, 52-6. Looks like it's going to be your final score. That was the halftime score, and it's probably going to be your final score.
Yeah, Ryan, you mentioned that, the clock is supposed to stop at change of possessions. But Jay Rohr has every right to go up to the officials and say, hey, let's keep this rolling. Let's just get out of here. We're not going to come back. And as long as Matt Gray agrees to that, which I'm sure he did, they will go with it, and they will just wind the clock no matter what.
I haven't been paying attention to it. The clock might have not stopped at all since halftime. Here's the running back. He'll go to the right side. Gets 10 yards, but it's not a first down because they were lost 5 on the previous play, so it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Also a spotter, Dan Viscar.
Coach Gray talked about, how will how will high school boys react or bounce back after a bye week, after having 3 practices last week.
Pretty good.
That meant nothing in a sense. And then having this week, and, they've done a really good job of bouncing back. And a lot of the teams in the areas have done a great job with their bye weeks and coming out and winning and scoring a lot of points.
First down again for Menor, and that should be enough for them to not necessarily put the knee on the ground just yet, but the chains will move maybe one more time. They probably need one more first down and able to just eat it, take a knee, go into victory formation, and we'll head out of here. We'll enjoy the nice trek back to Hall of Fame City from Menor. Not an awful drive. A lot of highway.
A lot of time to recap what's been going on in our area, football-wise.
First down and 10, run up the middle, goes nowhere. Nice defensive stop by the Jackson Polar Bears. And it'll be second down and 10. So Menor is going to go into their second playoff game. They're either going to play McKinley or Medina. It's looking like McKinley versus Menor is going to be the matchup next week if Medina can't come back down 21-7. That was the last score update that we had. Let's go check some more score updates for you. West Branch 35, Norton 14, 10 minutes to go in the fourth. Massillon 56, Hoover 7. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw that coming. I don't think any Massillon fans saw that coming.
No, I didn't. I thought Massillon was going to come out with a win, but I thought it was going to be maybe a 21-point game. And
closer than 56-7, that's for sure. Lake touchdown. They are making it close. It's 14-13. Hudson over Lake. East Canton 32, Fairport 10. Fitch has taken the lead over Green 21-17. McKinley 21, Medina 7. That is almost completed. Second down. Running back for Menor is in the ball game, and he breaks free for a running back. Are they calling him Little John?
They are calling him Little John here.
First and last name? Can't see a number.
Down and 5 for the Cardinals.
Yep, Braylon Little John. How about that? 5'5", 190 junior, Braylon Little John.
What a last name.
First name Braylon, last name Little John. Wonder who his favorite rapper is.
I'm going to say Little Wayne, just to go with it.
Tripp's right. They give it to Little John again. And he's going to fight it for a couple yards on third down. It'll be a fourth down. I mean, why wouldn't Menor just go for this and milk the clock all the way down, the play clock under 30, and then just run one more play? You get a first down, and then it should be it. However, they could just knee it, and if they're not going to stop the clock on a change of possession, this will be the last play of the game.
Yeah, go ahead and kneel it. Go victory formation. Let's end this ball game.
Fastest second half of my life. How fast was that second half?
They came out on the field at 8:20.
So not as quick as I thought. Little John's got it again. Looks like he's got the first down. He does, and that'll do it. Ball game, folks. Thank you for hanging out. My apologies if you hung out. 52-6 is your final score. The Menor Cardinals are going to play the winner of McKinley and Medina. You can go ahead and flip over to our Q92 Sports Network, and you can listen to it right now. McKinley and Medina, it's coming down to the wire. Ryan Keller, I believe, is on the call for that one. My mistakes if I got that one wrong. Final here, 52-6, Menor. We'll wrap things up quickly after the break. I'm Ryan Bevere alongside Ryan Rowland. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Menor High School will move on to the regional.
This is high school football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Wrap it up.
52-6 is the final score. We've got some sportsmanship going down on the sideline. Coach Jay Rohr waving to the officials, and that's going to be the final game of the season for the Jackson Polar Bears. Ryan Rowland, do you have any final thoughts on tonight's ball game? It was 52-6 at halftime, and the final score is 52-6.
I just keep going back to, Thursday night I talked to Coach Matt Gray from the Mentor Cardinals, and he kept upon. He goes, I don't know how we're going to do after the bye week. I don't know how we're going to be down on the field before the game. Same talk. He goes, hey man, these guys are high school kids. They're not college athletes. They're not pros. I'm nervous about this bye week, but his team did a great job coming off a bye, showing that they're healthy, showing them that they are ready for 3 more weeks of football.
52-6 is your final score. I want to thank everybody inside the press box here at Mentor. The hospitality here, the food was great. Everything was great. So shout out to everybody at Mentor here tonight. It was a fantastic evening of football. We wish that the outcome would have been a little different, a little closer, but it is what it is. Congratulations and shout out to the number 2 team in the state of Ohio, the Mentor Cardinals. They're going to move on to round 3 of the playoffs. Like I said, they will play the winner of McKinley and Medina. You can flip over right now to listen to McKinley and Medina on Q92 Sports and the Q92 Sports Network. For Ryan Rowland, I'm Ryan Bevere, signing off from Mentor. Have a good night, everybody.